What is happening, peeps? Alright, today working back on the RB26. It's going to be a fairly short video this time. What I'm going to show you today is probably, in my opinion, one of the most important modifications or upgrades to do on the motor while you have the engine out. Take it down to my bench and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Yeah, I got my sump back. It's looking a lot neater than it did before. Remember, this area had oil coming out of it, silicone stuck all over the place, and it was all just jagged edges. So big thanks to my friend, welded it up for me, kind of smoothed everything out, just made it look a little bit neater. And yeah, but what I'm actually going to go through today is actually installing a baffle kit on this sump. This is a stock baffle on the sump of the RB26. And why you'd want to change the baffle when you are doing things like drifting or circuit racing, whatever like that. If you ever been in the car, if you take a left turn or something, you lean off to the right, or you take a right turn, you lean off to the left. That's what's kind of happening to the oil inside of there. So let's say you're taking a hard right, or the oil starts leaning off to the left hand side, and vice versa if you're turning left. So, but normally your pickup will be there for the motor, and it'll just be in the center. So while you're doing the hard turns, your oil is kind of slushing off to the left if you're doing a hard right turn, and your pickup is going to get starved of oil. So what an upgraded baffle kit essentially does is that it kind of boxes in the oil right where the pickup is, and it has like trap doors so to let the oil in, but doesn't let the oil out of that small section there. So today I'm going to show you how to install one of these baffle kits, and we'll just quickly go through the tools you need. So alright, here we go. Alright, I'm assuming that if you are watching this, you already have your sump out, or you're planning to take the sump off. So yeah, basically all you'd need is 10mm and 14 to take your sump off. With the baffle kit, also 10mm, but you would need a drill and a 5mm drill bit. Try to get a really long one if you can. I mean, you can't do it with just a standard one you'll probably get off the shelf. And you may or may not need to angle grinder. I'll show you why in a bit, but most importantly, you would need this. got here, I actually got the Tomei baffle kit. So here's a little bit that I was talking about. So on there, see it's like a little, your pickup will be in here, pretty much, and then see it's got these flaps. You'll let oil in, but won't let oil out. So it will keep all the oil in one area, so when you're doing those hard turns, it'll keep the oil for the pickup to actually suck it, instead of actually swirling away from the pickup. So that's pretty much what it does. So you can see if you do like a hard left as well, oil will start to swoosh that way, but then it would actually come in through here, but it won't escape out of this side. Same thing if you're doing a hard left or hard, I don't know what I just mentioned earlier, but you vice versa in a way. The oil starts to come this way. It won't go through these, and it'll let oil through out of there. And if you're ever doing like any hard acceleration or braking, same thing. So your oil will probably lean forward, so that will open up, but that won't let the oil out. So that's the best I can explain it at the moment. So yeah, so let's go ahead and start installing this one, eh? Alright, to take the stock baffle out, got all these 10mm bolts. There is 2, 4, 6, 7 10mm bolts all up. You got 2 here, 2 there, 2 there, and this little single one here. So they're all 10mm. I've already loosened mine off, so alright, when you get the Tomei baffle kit, it actually comes in instructions and in English too. Mine's a bit different. My car's rear-wheel drive, so the actual axle has been removed for the front drive. So, and another thing too, I guess when my sump first got modified, they actually drilled out the holes for me already. So you can see there, that'll be your next step. You gotta drill them out with a 5mm drill bit. I think the stock holes maybe probably like 1mm or something like that, 1mm thick, but it says in the instructions that you got to drill them out or so, but you can do it with the shaft still in there. I've seen it done, yeah, but the instructions kind of recommend you to get new seals. But yeah, there's actually instructions in English as well. But so, the first step, I don't know if you can see that, they just ask you to drill those holes out. Mine's already been done, but yeah, so you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 holes. And I've seen that you can actually get a drill bit through there with your shaft still there. So that'll be your next step. Now after you've drilled them out, clean out all the metal shavings. Now you can put the actual baffle kit on. Here it goes. Goes in like so. Yeah, now that I've actually just got it placed in, according to the instructions, because of the castings of the sump, it can vary in height. So this is where you need your angle grinder or a file just to kind of like shave these bits off, try to get it, shave that bit off, trying to get kind of sit there a bit more nicely. You can see there's a bit of a gap there, a bit of play. So I actually have to shave these corners down with the angle grinder and just keep feeding it on. I've got like a little bit here as well. Probably have to shave that down a little bit too. So get on with that. Alright, these are the areas you gotta kind of just grind off, shave off little by little, and just keep test fitting as you go. Before you start grinding, safety first, face shield, protect your hearing too, and yeah, keep grinding. Now that we shaved all those edges off, get a rag, wipe out all the shavings, clean. Just make sure it's all clean. Just get to finally put it in there. And it sits nice and flat on all the screw points. I've actually supplied some hardware for the kit as well. So add that to your tool list. You will need a 5mm Allen key. The instructions tell you you've got a spacer, put it on this side there, and then the bolts that I give you, they've got one long one and two short ones. And then for the rest of them, we actually used stock bolts. Another thing that a lot of people recommend is put a bit of Loctite on them so they don't come loose. Use I'd say blue stuff. Or pretty much. When I tighten it, I kind of just hold the head. And that's pretty much kind of as tight as I can get it with my hand on the head of the ratchet. It's usually the right torque. is all done now. I'm probably repeating myself, but yeah, so you can see there's like a nice small area now for the oil to sit in, as opposed to this whole area like before. So that's what she looks like. So the doors there. Alright peeps, hope you liked the video. Probably next time it might be an update on the 26 here. Still cleaning up some parts and waiting for some parts as well. Or either that, probably just a general cleanup of the engine bay. But if you like what you see, give me a like. Hit up the subscribe button if you want to see some more. And I'll see you guys in the next one, eh? Cheers.